there are three main parts we are going to discuss in the chapter. One is simple bar diagram and second one is multiple bar diagram and the third main one is component or subdivided bar diagram. In that already we have completed the discussion with the simple bar diagram and in the last previous class we have started the discussion of multiple bar diagram. Here we already know that multiple bar diagrams are very useful in order to compare the two or more variables at one particular point of time. It used to represent two or more set of variables in a particular chart. Like example, income and expenditure or imports and exports and the marks of a student in different subjects like science, maths and social science. Likewise, when we are going to present two or more variables, then most useful type of bar diagram is multiple bar diagram. Already we have started discussion with the one particular example problem. Now we are going to continue with the second example question relating to a multiple bar diagram. First, take down the question number 2, that is relating to the enrollment. The school enrollment or the literacy rate of a female in 1991 and in 2001 in different states of our country. In different states of our country, what is the female literacy rate in 1991 and in 2001. We are taking two census years. One is 1991, another one is 2001. We are going to compare what is the literacy rate of a female in our country in 1991 and in 2001. Take down the question number 2 relating to a multiple bar diagram. Draw a multiple bar diagram for the following data relating to literacy rate of female of a country, female in major states of a country. Yeah, we are going to discussing about the literacy rate of female in some of the major states of our country. Now we will take a data. Okay. After the question, in the question itself, they used to give a data. By using that particular data, we need to draw a multiple bar diagram. Take a data now. First column is states, second column 1991 literacy rate of female. Okay, again in 2001 literacy rate of female. Okay, here the major states are, first one we are taking AP, it means Andhra Pradesh. Next Tamil Nadu. Next, UP. It means Uttar Pradesh. If you want, you can take full form also. Next, MP. It means Madhya Pradesh and Punjab. Here, in 1991, the literacy rate of female in Andhra Pradesh is 32.7. What is the literacy rate of female in Andhra Pradesh? 32.7. And in 2001, 50.4. And in Karnataka, 44.3. Next, 66.5. The literacy rate of Karnataka in 1991 is 44.3 and in 2001 is 66.5. And in Kerala, 86.3 and 87.9 in 2001. And in Tamil Nadu, 51.3 and 64.1. And in Uttar Pradesh, 24.3 and 42.6. Next in Madhya Pradesh, 29.0 and 54.7. Next in Punjab, 50.3 and 63.5. This is what data they have given in the question. For this particular data relating to the literacy rate of female in major states of a country, we need to draw a multiple bar diagram. Understood the question, right? This type of questions used to arise for 5 marks or for the 6 marks. Keeping in mind, now by using this particular data, we will have a chart of multiple bar diagram. Okay? Now, I will use to run this question. Take a chart. You all know that this is what x axis and this is y axis. Here I already said you always the variable factors or the changing factors we need to be present on y axis. We need to represent in a y axis and constant things we need to present in a x axis. In the same way, here the literacy rate of female is going to be changing, right now? That's why the literacy rate we will be going to measure in y-axis and the states. These are the constant factors. The states we are measuring in the x-axis and the literacy rate we are going to measuring in the y-axis. Got it? Here we all know that there are two variables. One is 1991 literacy rate and 2001 literacy rate. Two variables means here multiple bars are going to get it. There are two multiple bars. For each bar, 3 points. For each bar, 3 points you need to take and the distance between each point should be equal. The distance between each bar should be equal. Now here, by observing this formula, we need to decide what is the class interval we need to take. The lowest value in this particular chart is minimum it will be with 29% and the maximum literacy rate is 87. Then minimum to maximum is 29 to 87. Then we can take class interval as a 10 to clear representation, right? Take a 10 as a class interval. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and here we are measuring the literacy rate of female, and in x-axis states. Now first we draw multiple bar relating to Andhra Pradesh literacy rate of a female. What is the literacy rate of a female in Andhra Pradesh in the 1991? 32.7. Here 32 means this is what 35, 31, 32, 32.7 means near it will be 33, 33, 34. See, after 30, take us 5 divisions in the number 33 here and take a expansion of this space and join to the first point and take a width, same width, and join to the next point and come to a 2001 female literacy rate in Andhra Pradesh is increased to 50.4. 50.4 means 51. It will be like between 51 to 50. Then slightly in above 50, we will get the point. Then up to that, the second line we need to be expand and take the next space width and join your next bar. This is what the female literacy rate of Andhra Pradesh. In 2001, it is 32.7 and 1991 32.7 and in 2001 it increased to 50.4. By observing this, we can easily understand. Right now, this is what AP, Andhra Pradesh literacy rate of female. Come to next, Karnataka. 44.3 in 1991. 44 means, this is what 45, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what 44. If you have a scale, please use it. We are on the board, I can't use the scale, that's why I am drawing the bars with free hand, but you don't do that. You use the scale and pencil for the clarity, okay? Next, in the Karnataka, the literacy rate are increased to 66.5. Come to 66.5 means 65, 66, 7, 8, 9. Then we will get 70, right? 66 means after 65 take a slight increment. Then and to a next. This is what literacy rate of Karnataka. Next come to our Kerala. In Kerala the literacy rate is 86. 85 means slightly in above. You take a next 87.9. 86. Slightly if you take one more space, that is 87. Next, Tamil Nadu, 51.3. It means 51.3 and means 51 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Here below 25, you just take a slight decrement. Next, 42.6. 42.6 means yeah. Now we got Uttar Pradesh. Next, we are going to see the Madhya Pradesh literacy rate of female 29 and 54.7. 29. Here below 30. Fifty-four means here 54, 55. Here 55 you need to take. Next, last we have Punjab 50.3 and 63.5. 50 means here. And next one in 2001 63.5. This is how to draw the multiple bar diagram. AP. Next, this bars are representing short. You can use Karnataka. Next, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu means TN. Next, Uttar Pradesh, UP. After that, MP. Next, Punjab. And if you want, you can give a different shades. The literacy rate of 1991 and it is literacy rate of 2001. You can give a different shades to represent it. I am going to draw circles in 1991. Here I am going to draw dots. Same shades, I will need to continue with the other bars also. If you want, you can give different shades how you want, but that should be continued for the other bars also. This is what to representing the multiple bar diagram. And after showing this, we need to give a sample box. It means the circle bar, what it's going to be represent. Dotted bar, what it's going to be represent. That we should be write in a sample box. Now, this bar is going to represent a 90, 91 literacy rate of female, and this dotted bar is going to represent 2001 literacy rate of female. Got it? Likewise, we need to represent the multiple bar diagram. I hope all of you understood the multiple bar diagram with these two example questions. And next we are going to move with next we are going to step into one more type of bar diagram, that is multiple bar diagram. Sorry, component bar diagram. Already we have completed the discussion with the multiple bar diagram. Next we are going to discuss with the component, or we can also call it as a subdivided bar diagram. Next is component bar diagram. The third type of bar diagram is component bar diagram. Here, the component bar diagram is also called as subdivided. Some particular bar we are going to subdivide, or we are going to make a different component in a part for the comparison with the size of a variable. Here component bars are most useful for the comparing a size of particular variable in a different component. For example, if we have a school enrollment, take example school enrollment. In a boys, what is the school enrollment and how many are out of the school? In a total boys population, total population of the children, the boys, how many are going to school, how many are out of the school? Both we are going to make a different divisions, or we are going to subdivide the size of boys population into going to a school and out of the school. Okay, likewise, any one particular variable we are going to be subdivide, or we are making a different components for the easy comparison within the variable. Got it? So that the component bar are most useful. Take a meaning now. The component bars also called as component bar diagram is also called as divided bar diagram. It used to this type of bar diagrams is useful in comparing the size of different component Now we are going to discuss about how to draw a component bar diagram. Understood, right? Component bar diagrams also called as subdivided bar diagram, and it is useful. It is used in comparing the size of different component parts. In particular variable, we are going to subdivide it, or we are going to making a different components for the easy comparison, or we are going to compare with the sizes. Now take one example question. Example question, that is question number 1. Component bar diagram by using the data relating to the enrollment by gender at school, of children age between 6 to 14 years, 6 to 14 years in the state of, sorry, in the district of Karnataka. Yeah, we are going to taking the data related to enrollment by the gender. It means gender means you know, right? Male and female. And it is adult, below adult means boy and girls. Boy and girl school enrollment age between 6 to 14 years. We are taking the school enrollment of boy and girl child between 6 to 14 years, and relating to that data we need to draw a component bar diagram. Now take the data which they have given in the question. The data is now you have clicked on gender, your enrolled means percentage, school enrolled means who are admitted to the school for the learning purpose. School enrolled. Next one, out of the school. It means who are not joined to the school only. How many are joined in school is school enrolled, and out of the school. In a boys, in a total population of boys in the district, how many are admitted to the school? How many are out of the school? And in the girls, how many are admitted, is enrolled to the school, and how many are out of the school? They will give the data, and total they used to give, and relating to that we need to draw total. Here the boys school enrollment in a particular district is 91.5, and out of the school is 8.5, and it means when we convert the total population of the 100%, 91.5% of the boys are enrolled to a school and remaining 8.5% out of the school. It means they are not admitted to school. They are involved in some other activities like child laboring or doing some other agricultural activities likewise. And when we compare the girls school enrollment rate is 58.6 and out of the school is 41.4 and total is 78 and 22. This is what the data. The girls, when we convert 100% total population of the girls in a district, in the total population of girls is 58.6% and 41.4% girls are out of the school. We all know that. In a various some backward areas, they used to give more importance to the education of boy baby. They won't give much importance to the education of girl baby, right? That's why here the data is also showing that. See, the school enrollment of boys is 91.5, but girls is 58.6. But out of school is boys is 80.5, girls is 41.4, and when we have total both girls and boys total population have enrolled to the school is 78 and out of the school both girls and boys is 22.0%. 28.0%. Means total 78% of children are enrolling to the school and 22% of the children are out of the school. Got it? Now by using this data we draw a component bar diagram. X-axis, Y-axis. Take here only one bar we are going to take represent one variable. Here three we have boys, girls and total we need to represent, and the bars we are going to subdividing or we are going to make a different components. School enrolled out of the school, school enrolled out of the school, school enrolled out of the school. Then only we have a three bars to represent here. Then take 2 parts. Here we are measuring genders. In the y-axis we are measuring school enrolled, and out of school. Here the variables, observe the variables. Its range between 91 is highest, 22 is lowest. Take a 10 as a class interval. Now, first, boys school enrollment is 91.5. Take 90 above 1 point, that is 91.5. And same bar we need to continue for the 8.5. From 91, and if you want to add it, you can add it. After 91.5, if we add 8.5, we'll get 100. This is what? 8.5. What is the out of the school boys? Total population is 8.5. Here 91.5. If you want, you can give it different shades also. Make it dark. And right there, this shade here. For next, girls, 58.6. School enrollment 55, 56, 7, 8. Now 58.6, from there 41.4 will take 100. This is 44.4. This is 58.4. Next, total bar. It is also to 100. In the total population, 78 is enrolled to school and 22% of total child population is not enrolled to a school. Now 78 means 75, 6, 7, 8. Here 22. This is what subdivided or component bar diagram. Here we will convert total into a 100%, and in the 100%, how many are enrolled to the school, how many are out of the school. By seeing this, we can easily understand. See, the boys population, in the boys population, total 91% is enrolled and only 8.5 is out of the school. In the girls population, 58.4 are enrolled to the school and 58.6 is enrolled to school, 44 is out of the school. And in the total population of children, 17 is enrolled to a school, 22 is out of the school. This is what the component bar diagram. Okay, and now we have completed the discussion of bar diagrams. Okay, in a diagrammatical presentation, geometric diagrams are broadly classified into one is bar diagram and another one is pie chart. In that bar diagram, we have three types: simple bar, multiple bar, and component bar. With these three types of bars, we have completed the discussion. Next, we are moving to one more type of geometric diagrams, that is pie chart. We'll continue the discussion of pie chart in the next class, and I hope all of you understood this component bar diagram. Thank you everyone. We'll meet in the next class.